You were saying that, you're going through this transition in your life right now, and our identity gets wrapped up in other people, our jobs, our work, everything around of us. And so when you're saying you're trying to understand your identity beyond this, as Lili Reinhart today, who are you beyond those things right now?
It's a process for me of I'm trying to take it day by day, because I overwhelm myself by trying to fix it all right away. I'm a very all or nothing person, and I'm a very compulsive person. Like once I find out what's wrong, gotta have a solution immediately. I don't want to wait for time. I don't want to, that's the worst when people say, just give it time. No, I don't want to do that. I would like to do it right now.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was just in Maui recently, and one of the most beautiful moments I had there was when I was in a very spiritual, it was like a spiritual shop. They had crystals, but they had a labyrinth, like a maze on the ground that you could walk in, and just sort of, it took you like a good 15 minutes to walk through all the little pathways, and then you get to the center and you can meditate, and then you walk out, and there was like a whole book about the ideology behind this labyrinth, and I didn't read it, but I took it as an opportunity to use it as just meditating, a moment of meditation. And I felt so close to myself when I was doing that. Like it was so true to who I was in that moment to just be doing this activity. It was so comforting. It's hard, just like anything. You can lose yourself in something. You can lose yourself in becoming overly like awakened, and your whole identity becomes, I'm a spiritual guru and I'm healing, like all about heal. Like it's so easy to just fall into that trap. And I'm obviously trying not to do that as well. And I'm definitely not, but my friends would never let me do that. But I do find so much therapy through even just talking about it, even if I don't have the answers.
Yeah.
I don't have the answers to who really am I outside of my fight or flight mode, and who am I outside of being an actor. I don't really have the answers to those questions, but just even saying that out loud makes me feel like I'm closer to figuring it out.
And I really appreciate that honesty, because I agree too. Like I'm hearing you speak, and it feels the same way to me, where I'm like, okay, you're not forcing yourself, at least in this moment, to arrive at an answer or to give an answer to complete the sentence. But at the same time, I'm seeing a self-awareness, I'm seeing a acceptance of that path, and that's what's so useful. And you are right that if you've never allowed yourself to be yourself, how would you know how to describe it? So if I asked you to describe yourself as an actress, you'd be able to describe yourself. It would be pretty easy, because you've been an actress plenty of times, or you could describe those roles that you've played. But then when someone asks you, who are you, to pretty much 99.9% of people on the planet, we can't answer it because we've never actually let ourselves be ourselves. So it's not alien to not know.
Yeah. Well, I think we know who we are in relation to other people.
Yeah.
Into things.
Our roles.
To our role. Yeah, 100%. But then when you take the roles away, what are you?
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Well,
I do not know. I do not
but that
know.
is the beginning of figuring it out. Like that's because you now can go, okay, am I playing Lili the actress, or am I playing Lili the daughter, friend, whatever? Or am I trying to discover what Lili would do?
Yeah.
Right. And it is that conversation of, it's kind of like when my sister, when I'm giving her relationship advice, and she'll be like, stop being Jay Shetty. Like, be my brother. Right. And it's like, that's what my sister would say to me, because she doesn't want a coaching conversation with her brother. She wants me to be her brother. And so then I'm like, okay, so she gets the brother version. And then there's this version that this community gets, but then it's like, but then who am I beyond all of those things? And I really realized that when I left the monkhood, because even so much of my identity had become wrapped in being a monk.
Yep.
And the whole point of being a monk was to not have an identity that you're wrapped up in.
Yeah.
That was the whole goal. Everything you're talking about is exactly what we were working on when I was there for 3 years.
Yeah.
But even then, it was so easy to get wrapped up in another identity. And so when that identity collapsed after 3 years, when it all fell apart for me, that was when I allowed myself to learn about who I was beyond that identity. And even now I have to hold on to that.
How'd you do it?